Joe Trippi to come into this.
Like they did
Monica Crowley, early on this broadcast, said that what has been going on here with the Democratic National Convention has, in the main, been a festival, as she called it, of grievances. And I swear, you're talking about a highly affluent, highly educated woman, highly successful, and she's bemoaning her fate in life, for crying out loud.
No, she's talking about the plight of a family that's coming up.
She referred to herself, for crying out loud.
Well,
we barely keep it together. I mean,
she's talking about a lot of women, single women in particular, who have a tough time and
no question.
keeping it together.
Yeah,
that's
great.
What she's talking to. Well, look, we got the Trump. The Trump convention, which was all doom and gloom in America.
No, it was not. It was doom, but not.
Okay, it was doom.
I mean, gloom, but not doom. Because he had prescriptions. He talked honestly about the fact that, as she's talking about, one of the reasons single mothers have such a hard time is because under this president, wages haven't risen. Jobs have not increased from
well, they haven't increased over for decades, probably.
Manufacturing jobs, good paying jobs. The middle class has been ignored by this administration. If you want to talk about single mothers,
well, that's what this whole debate is going to be about. And this is the first night of this convention. That'll get laid out as
so it's going to get joyous and bright after.
No, I think you're going to see the economic policies and plans and the things that Hillary Clinton rolled out there, and the case that people are going to that we're going to make against there's going to be a stark contrast between the Trump vision and the Clinton policies for the future. People have to decide between them.
Well, will that vision be different than the history of Barack Obama over the last 7.5 years? Because that, the past, the past is prologue.
Right, but she said clearly that we've made progress, but we've got to do much better. And you've got to remember, during the Clinton years of Bill Clinton and the economic policies that were put in place there, yes, people say, well, it was because he was after Reagan, but the fact is, 20 million jobs were created. I mean, those are she's got a different.
Yeah, but it's interesting.
She's not coming in with a collapsing economy like Obama did.
We don't know what this economy really is. We do know this, that this president assumes that people will accept this is the new normal. This president accepts the idea that American voters are willing to say, well, we're not an exceptional country. We can't do all of the things that are necessary to restore prosperity. I don't think that's a winning message, do you?
I think what's going on here, and I've said this before, you have what we've got is a really disrupted economy because of technology and because people need to be retrained or educated. I mean,
which people?
We have to change.
Which people? We gloss over that. You mean all the people lost jobs because we permitted unchecked immigration?
No, wrong. 187,000 people lost their jobs the day Kodak went bankrupt. 187,000 people lost their jobs. Many of them chemical engineers designing the new print paper that were going to make your photos brilliant colors when you put them in the album. Right? The day Instagram sold itself to Facebook for $1 billion, it had 13 employees.
Right.
None of Donald Trump's policies.
No,
it's not. Those 187,000 people are not going to. Those chemical engineers aren't going to be making print paper anymore. We've got to find.
I think we can get at this with me asking you this question. You talked about training all of these people who lose their jobs.
It's education. It's training.
It's education.
Yes.
It's retraining, right?
For many, for
you know
some
what I
people.
haven't heard in 15 years? I haven't heard a single person who could answer the question intelligently. Okay, what do we train these people for?
Well, no,
what are the jobs that you train them for? That's why we have the Assistance Act that accompanies these ridiculous trade deals.
No. That's why you have to start. We have to start rethinking how we do
what
this.
What jobs do we?
We work with private sector to target education and training into jobs that industry and companies need.
Why don't we get rid of the words jobs Americans won't do? Why don't we get rid of the idea that it is...
Well, there are jobs Americans won't do. I mean, or don't want to do.
Then at certain prices, I agree with you. but why in the world would we not?
I mean, they're not going to be out there picking grapes. I mean, there's a lot of people.
Why not?
They won't. We don't. We.
Well, that sounds to me racist. If you want to know the truth.
No, it's not racist.
It really is.
Well, ask the farmers.
I'm giving you the reaction of the Democratic Party to this sort of thing.
Ask the farmers out there if they can pick their grapes.
I can tell you this: 30 years ago, those produce farmers were supposed to be moving to technology, but it was too costly, so they didn't. They didn't invest because they still thought they could exploit illegal labor in this country, and the Democratic Party and the Republican both have been handmaidens in assisting them. So when both parties get honest about that.
Well, I mean, they can retool, but that's not going to create more jobs. It's just not.
Then,
this is our whole problem.
I think what you're saying, Joe, is the Democratic Party is saying we're screwed. So just
we're saying that if the Trump policies are not going to fix any of those problems. None, zero, zip. They're just not. And it's about trying to go back to a past that doesn't exist.
Joe Trippi, our embrace a future that will be outstanding. Joe Trippi, thanks for being with us. Up